Everybody, welcome back to another live makeover. Today's model is Amber, and I'm so excited to do her makeup. As you guys know, I feature different models every day on my channel, and I either teach like sort of a makeup class technique or we do a makeover. And so Amber, I met today right before she came. She's my neighbor. She answered one of my model calls, so we're gonna do something fun for her. So seeing Amber, she has great skin. She has a really good smooth texture, so we can play with highlighting and cream blush and stuff like that. And I love kind of the warm caramel tones in her hair, so we're going to be playing with those tones in her makeup today. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We started with the brows before we went live, just to have something done. Go ahead and close. So right now I'm going to prime her lids, and Amber said I have free reign. She's going to let me play today, so this will be fun. So I did do more of a slightly bold brow on Amber. I like my brows pretty natural, but we did do a little bit more shaping with hers. She has naturally a great shape, but I did bring them in a little bit. We can go ahead and flash her before the brows, and I'll kind of explain what I did as I prime her lids. So I lifted the tail of her brow actually, and I brought down the arch just so they're a little bit more even. I taught a brow class last week, and you want the front of your brow and the tail to be even going this way. So we played with those a little bit. That will be fun. They're still pretty natural. I don't do a really, really heavy brow, but we did go a little more bold on Amber today. So you can let me know if you like it, Amber, when we're all done. I'll show you a mirror. I haven't showed her yet. I'm going to go ahead, after I get her eyes primed, I'm just priming them with concealer because she has dry skin, so her shadows shouldn't crease. I'm going to go in with my crease color, and then I'm going to decide, I'm either going to do a smoky eye on her or more of like my classic 3-tier eye look that I like to do. You said you wear eyeshadow, right? Yeah. What do you usually, do you kind of do a smoky eye? Do you do a couple different colors? What do you like to do?
Yeah, I usually do a couple different colors. I'll do like a lighter one, and then kind of, like, I'm not great at it, so I just, sometimes I'll find a picture online and I'll copy it. I'll put some like darker color in the crease, or just depends. But it doesn't look that different no matter what I do. So.
You have a great eye space. I feel like you could pull off a bunch of different looks and we can have fun.
Okay.
So Amber is a singer. Do you have like performance makeup you do?
No, I need to learn how to do that.
That's fun. Yeah, stage makeup can be fun or intimidating. It's like, do we just go darker or?
Yeah, I think for me it's intimidating, but I have to learn how to do it, even though.
Yeah. Well, so I guess it depends on like your venue, because sometimes you can just kind of do what you usually do. Do you wear like the fake lashes?
I'm fairly new to those, so I have worn them. I'm not great at it yet, and it takes me a long time to get them on. And sometimes I look like Angry Miss Piggy because they're like sideways.
Oh no. That's funny. I'm going to turn you just a little bit. Yeah, those are so fun. We will definitely put those on you today. They do take practice to get them on right, but what ones do you like to wear? The really thick ones or the more natural ones?
You know, I don't know what, I have some that they're kind of, they're not like crazy long or thick, but they're obviously longer than mine. They're like, I don't know, kind of in the middle, I guess.
Open for me. Go ahead and close. Would you rather do today kind of a more like natural glam look, or do you want to go a little more smoky and look a little more bold?
You want.
Whatever
you want to do. I'm just excited to see what you do.
Okay. All right, I'll surprise you.
Okay.
So I'm going to use a lot of the soft glam palette today. I'll hold it up for the camera. So this is the Anastasia Soft Glam palette. I love this. This was like the year I bought it. I use it on almost every single person because the colors are really, really pretty. They are a little bit more warm, which I like and is usually flattering, but if they were a little too warm, I'd mix in stuff with my Viseart palette. But I like this for Amber because I feel like she has more yellow undertones and her hair has gold in it. Her eyes are very pretty, kind of like an amber color brown, I would say. They match your name. And so all of these colors, like these really warm neutrals, pair really, really well with her coloring. So I'm mostly going to be using this palette today. So right now I'm going in with the shade Rustic just to kind of deepen up her crease a little bit. Rustic is a medium warm, like rust color brown. What brands of shadows do you like, Amber?
I really like Urban Decay.
They have fun ones.
I have Cosmic, which is like a shimmery, silvery kind of one. I really like that. It's my favorite.
Do you buy like their individual, do they still sell their like individual shadows or do you buy like the palette?
No, I buy individual.
They're fun. They have cute little packaging. Are they in those like silver little tins? Those are cute.
Yeah.
You wear the silver one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that'd be pretty on you.
And there's also like a warmer one. It's kind of, it's still shimmery, but it's like a brown color, kind of, not brown. Yeah, kind of brown. It's really pretty too. I can't remember what it's called right now.
I feel like Urban Decay was the company that made makeup palettes popular. Like their naked palettes, have you seen those?
Mm-mm.
So they're neutrals and so they're called naked, but they had like a naked one, naked two. And they were like the palette. Like everyone you wanted to own your naked palette and everyone loved them. And then all the other makeup companies started selling palettes because I feel like it used to just be you would buy the single shades. Which I still like. MAC does single shades too and I like them.
Mm-hmm.
You have the best skin, Amber. It's like really smooth.
I do?
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
It's really nice. What do you do? What are your skin secrets?
I don't have any skin secrets.
Genetics. Just lucky. I did like a really gentle exfoliator on you and then I moisturized and it feels really, really soft. So I'm just smoking out her outer corners with the same shade. This is Rustic. I did the lighter color in her crease just to put a transition down. And I'm also, after I get this in the crease, I'm also bringing it in on her lid too because I want some depth and some smoke. Go ahead and open for me. Pretty. I like the way that's looking. Go ahead and close. And you do like shimmer shadows, you said, right?
Mm-hmm. I do.
I might do a little shimmer on you today. Go ahead and open. Go ahead and close. Okay, I'm gonna do, there's a color called Sultry. It's this sort of like a mauve-y warm brown color. Or not mauve, kind of like rosy. It almost has like a rose undertone, but it's definitely a brown. It's a neutral. And it's really pretty. It's very shimmery, but we're gonna put a little bit of that on Amber today. Go ahead and close. So I'm gonna put this right on top of the other color we had been working with. Sometimes I like to layer my shimmers on a matte brown, just because then it has more depth to it. I'm just going to put this on the outer half of her lid. Yeah, that's really pretty. So then it just kind of has like a metallic sheen to it, but it goes on so much more even if you put a matte color on as the base. I've been doing a lot of mattes lately on my channel. I don't want to be boring. We'll do some shimmer today. And with these shimmers are so messy. I'm just like patting them on. So I'm doing pressing motions. And then when there's not much left on the brush, I'll do little swirling motions. But I want to be careful where I put this shimmer. I don't want it all over her lid, like up in her crease, more so just on the lid. So I used some different brushes. So I used This one for the shimmer, this is its very own brush. And then if I want to do any additional blending, I'm going back to my first brush. So this one only had my mattes on it. So when I'm doing shimmers on people, if I'm mixing mattes and shimmer shadows, I like to work with different brushes. That way I don't apply the shimmer in areas where I don't want it. What are your favorite makeup brushes, Amber?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. I just, whatever I have, I bought a set of them like at Marshall's, so whatever.
Nice. What brand are they?
I have no idea.
They do the job.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have like lots of brushes, but I don't even think I have favorites. For some things I do. I'm like, I love this brush, but I'll just kind of grab whatever. So I don't always say what brush I'm using because it's not always the same brush.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd feel bad if people went and bought like the exact ones I used on you, and then tomorrow I use like not those brushes. So I'll only say what it is if it's like one I always use. Okay, let's see how that's looking. Super pretty. I'm gonna add a little more shimmer on your lid.
Okay.
A little more sultry. Get them close. That's the name of the color. Are your daughters into makeup?
I think a little bit.
One's 26, your daughter, and one's 22, 23.
Yeah, my 22-year-old, she lives in Kansas, and she'll be here
Oh,
Monday for a month. So
how fun.
I'm really excited to see her.
Kansas, you said?
Her husband's in the Army.
Oh, okay. So have they moved around a lot?
Just Kansas so far, and I think he'll be out before they would have to transfer again. So they'll be heading back this way like next year.
Go ahead and close. Yay. And they have kids?
One little boy and one on the way.
Oh, so fun.
And my 26-year-old, I think she likes makeup. Out of the three of us, I think she likes it the most. She's got really pretty big green eyes and long lashes and
So pretty.
yeah.
It's fun. Will they like your makeup today? You
Oh, I'm
FaceTime
sure.
your daughter?
I am. I'm going to. She can't wait to see.
Oh, yay. Okay, so I was trying to decide with Amber. Go ahead and open. I really like when her eyes are open that you see her lid space in this inner corner. I think that's really pretty. So sometimes I like to lighten that area and just add some intensity with the liner, but sometimes I like to smoke it out. So what I did on Amber, I decided not to go very light. That's why I did this part last time, like watching her eyes kind of transform. I went in with the burnt orange color. I'll hold it up kind of by Amber so you can see. So this was the one I did kind of all over her lid and very heavy on the outside. We did Sultry, the shimmer. Go ahead and close for me. We did Sultry packed right in there. But then this area, I wanted to deepen it a little bit. I wanted it to still be lighter than the outside, but I wanted it to be a medium color. I don't want to go light. So I went in with burnt orange, and I'm going to layer a little bit more. So this is a very warm color. It's like an orangey brown. That's why it's called burnt orange. Okay, go ahead and close. So I'm getting this right near her lash line. I'm packing it on her lid. So this is, we're doing like a semi-smoky eye, I would say. Like we're still working with like medium tone colors and stuff like that, but it's not going to be super, super dark. I like the way these colors are looking on you. This is a clean brush. I'm just going to blend her inner corners a little bit. Okay, go ahead and open. Go ahead and close. I'm going to add, we're going to go in with the shade Glistening. This one's really pretty. It's one of my favorite shades. It's almost gone. We're going to go in with a flat brush. And I'm just going to pack this near her lash line over that burnt orange color. Go ahead and close. So this I'm keeping right near the lash line and bringing up about to her crease. I don't want to go too heavy with this. So this is lighter than the burnt orange color we just put down. So this Glistening shade is going to brighten that a little bit. But I like that we have a deeper base because it's going to add some depth. Otherwise this would look very light on Amber. Okay, go ahead and open. Very pretty. And we are live, so if you guys are joining us in the chat, you can go ahead and ask questions and we'll get to those a little bit. Hello, everyone that is there right now. Did I prime with concealer? Yes, I did. Sometimes I use a paint pot, but I did use a concealer on Amber today just because she said she had drier skin. So usually if people have dry skin, their eyeshadows don't tend to crease. So I used a concealer and I set it with powder. Okay, we're going to go in with our gel liner today. This one is Bobbi Brown. I do like this liner. It goes on very creamy and smooth and very black. But I still haven't found like my holy grail of all liners. I think I like this one, but I think when it's out, I'm going to try the Anastasia one next. So this is an Anastasia brush. This is number 12. This one is very dense, very thin, and it's angled. So this is one of the ones I really like to use for the liner. Go ahead and look down for me, but keep your eyes open. I'm going to lift them and I'm just going to get right in your waterline. I'm just touching right into her lashes, and you can blink if you need to. Go ahead and keep looking down. Perfect. This is great for stage, and maybe you even do this, but lining your inner waterline before you do your liner, it just adds some depth to your eyes. All right, go ahead and look this way. Go ahead and look that way. Good. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and check and see if there's any questions right now why I do your liner. Hello, Julie and Amber, and also everyone who's watching. Thanks, Jen. I tried to put the cheap eyelashes on this weekend, and my natural lashes were longer than them. So, well, let's say, oh my goodness, whoever wears them, I applaud all of you. Your natural lashes were longer. That's a good problem to have, Jen. You're blessed with very nice lashes. Yeah, which ones did you use? Which lashes did you use? Because some of them, if you just have really long lashes and really big eyes, you just might need some of the ones that are a little bit longer. Or some, honestly, even if the strips are shorter than your own, sometimes if you put mascara on after, it's okay. But I'm happy you tried them, Jen. Good job. How do you work with blending cream eyeshadows, or do you? So I did, I'm gonna put my phone where I can grab it. So I did a whole video. When this video goes live, I can tag a comment and link the video for you, or I'll put it in the description. Go ahead and close. I did a whole video on only using cream eyeshadows and all cream products on the face. My model's name was Cindy. I think it's like 4 videos ago, and it was titled like how to use creams. And I showed you guys how to blend them. But I really like the cream stick eyeshadows, and I will just draw it onto their eyes. And then I'll take a blending brush, the same ones I used on Amber today, and I will just like buff out that cream. So that's how I do it. But there is a whole video on that if you like the creams. So glad to be here live. Melissa, I'm happy you're here too. This model is gorgeous. Amber, Melissa says you're pretty. Very pretty features. She is. I'm excited to do Amber's makeup. And someone said thank you for being the model today. Hi, Cindy. Best colors to work with: heavy hooded eyes, color brown eyes. Wet and Wild lashes. Oh, I haven't looked at their lashes. But you said they were cheap. I don't mind cheap lashes. I think lashes are one of the things you can buy really nice high-end ones, but the cheap ones are great too. Just maybe try a longer size, Miss Long Lashes. Lucky girl. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, stay closed. Okay, best color for hooded eyes was the question. Hooded eyes, you just have to play. Sometimes I like more like the medium brown colors for hooded eyes, and I like to bring it up higher, the colors, just so that when you open the eyes, like Amber doesn't have hooded eyes. When she opens her eyes, you can still see her lid. People with hooded eyes, the like hood of your eye kind of covers your lid, so you just have to blend up higher, if that makes sense. And for brown eyes, it depends on your undertones. So Amber, I would say you have brown eyes. Is that what you call them? Kind of, because they're brown, but they're like a kind of like a honey brown almost, like that amber color, like the warmer color. So for Amber, I'm doing just colors that are complementary, like almost the same color of her eyes on her shadow. Some browns eyes, I really like purple shadows. If you guys want, I can do a video on like color theory and show you how to choose exact colors for your eyes. So I'm just lifting up her lid and getting in nice and tight with the liner. Okay, go ahead and open for me and look that way again. Good. Okay, look that way. Good. Perfect. Look forward. Good. Look up. I'm just going to tap right in between the little lashes. Okay, good. Look forward. All right, so I am going to set her liner. I'm just going to take it off my hand. And thank you to those of you guys that are watching live. It's always fun to hang out with you guys. So I'm going to go in, let's see. I'll try to use this palette if it has what I need. It does. Okay, so this palette has a black, so I'm going to use the black to set her liner. We're going to use an angled brush again, but a different one. Go ahead and close for me. And I'm going to just set, this is black, I'm just going right over where her liner was and just setting it. This helps make the liner look a little bit darker. It keeps it from creasing. And then I'm going to go in, go ahead and open for me. I'm going to smoke that out with like a really dark brown. And this is a smudger brush. This is a shader brush. This one's Sigma. This is the E20. I have a couple different shader brushes I like. Any will work. Go ahead and close. So what I'm gonna do is, we gave her like a nice defined liner, but I want to smudge that. So I'm just taking this shader brush and I'm packing some really dark brown shadow on it, and I'm just wiggling it on the liner line that we just did. So go ahead and open. So you can see this eye is just kind of more, a little more smoky, and that one has like the harsh liner. Go ahead and close again. I like a diffused liner generally on most people. Sometimes I'll do a defined liner. There's nothing wrong with it. My preference is just to have it diffused. So that's what I like to do. Turn this slightly. Go ahead and close. I'm doing really good at remembering to face forward. Okay, go ahead and face forward. And then I'm just going to smoke out the corner just a little bit. We're going to go back into the shade Rustic and mix a little bit of Cypress Umber, so the very darkest brown. I'm going to go in with one of my many blending brushes. How many blending brushes I've used for this look so far. So this was my matte one right here. So I'm going to use that. And I'm just going to dip it in both colors. So dip it in Rustic and dip it in Cypress Umber. Go ahead and close. And then I'm just going to wiggle it on her outer V really lightly. All right, let's go ahead and clean up her under eye, and then we'll do the bottom and we'll get into foundation. What would you suggest eyelash tint for those of us who are false eyelash challenge? Go ahead and look up for me. So eyelash tint is great, especially if you're like Jen and you have really long lashes. Let me read the question again. What would you suggest, or would you suggest eyelash tint? Yeah. Eyelash tint is great. The only bummer with eyelash tint is that it still doesn't give the look of mascara. So eyelash tint is really great if you have long, thick, natural lashes and you don't like to wear mascara, then eyelash tint is fantastic. You can tint them black. They look amazing. It's incredibly natural. Like, it's actually really great for boys or people who want to wear no makeup. I used to tint my brother's lashes all the time because he was a redhead. But if you still like the look of mascara, you might, like if you're going to put mascara on over top of it, basically, tinting might not be the best option. But you also can get, they have eyelash perms. So if you really wanted to be natural but awesome, you could tint your eyelashes and then perm them so they're always curled and always dark, and that's fun. I used to do it in the salon. My clients would do it like in the summer. If this was like before eyelash extensions were really big, but if they were going to be in water a lot or go on vacation, they would like to be tinted, and then they just always felt nice and put together. It's definitely fun. Actually, so I used to do it in Utah, but I think in California it's illegal because I went to buy the tint for my mother-in-law and they don't sell it anymore. And they're like, oh, I think in certain states you can't do it. Fun fact. I'm not sure because I wasn't in a salon at that time, so I didn't really look into it, but that's what someone told me. The inner corner of Amber's eyes on top, I have that, but heavier. How do I hide that? I think she just means like sometimes on this area on people, sometimes it has like a little bit of movement. Yeah, it's just, but you don't notice it too much. With the shadows on Amber, you're not really seeing it so much. Sometimes it's when everything's really light. So, I'll just kind of play with it. Sometimes I feel like light brings it forward, so I like to add, like, go ahead and close for me. So you can see I put like a darker color right there. Like I extended her whole crease color down a little bit. And that was part of the reason of my decision to do this burnt orange color on her lid there. Instead of leaving this whole area light, I felt like I would really like the shape of her eye if we added a little bit of depth there. So that's what I tend to do, is pick like a medium tone color, like your mid-tone shadow you're working with. Bring your crease down a little bit, if that makes sense. Hopefully that answered your question. What false lash style would you recommend for everyday wear, like demi, wispy, drama? So demi wispies are amazing. I use those a lot, the Ardell ones on people. I love the demi wispies. They are a bit shorter, so you don't have to trim them. They look very natural. I love the demi wispies. I feel like that's a good starter lash. Like everyone will look good in them. I like the wispies too. Those ones both also have like a thin band, and you don't need really heavy eye makeup with them, so those are great. Great everyday wear lashes. I remember that cream video. I'll have to rewatch. My memory is not too good these days. Yeah, the videos, I mean, they're uploaded. We're live, but then they become a normal video, so they're there for you guys to reference. If I'm learning something new or a new look or something, I'll usually have to watch it a couple times too, because you'll watch it, you'll practice, and then you'll be like, oh wait, what about, and you'll have more questions, and then it helps to watch it again. So, wow, such a difference. Beautiful. Yeah, her eyes. Amber has great eyes. I'm excited to do her makeup today. Okay, I'm gonna let's do her lashes now. Then I'm gonna do skin and some cream blush and some fun things, and then we will go back and do the under eye makeup. I actually like to do that last. So let's do some lashes on Amber today. Let's put the camera on Amber to bend down and get my lashes. Okay, let's do the Kiss lashes today. We won't go, since I did a little bit more of a bold brow on Amber and I'm doing a little more fun shadows and smokiness, we'll go with like a natural lash. So these are Kiss, these are Pixie. I'll hold them up by Amber so you guys can see on the close-up camera. I'm going to open them for you because there's probably a glare. Okay, so these are the Kiss lashes. These are a lot like demi wispies, almost identical. The Kiss are just a little bit longer on the outside. Get my tweezers. I'm using so many shadows on you. I just have shadows and brushes everywhere on my table. Okay, so so we're gonna use the demi wispies on Amber. We will probably have to trim them. The Kiss Pixies on Amber, not the demi wispies. The demi wispies, another thing that's great about those for beginners is you almost never, 95% of the time, you almost never need to trim them, which I feel like is nice for people, because sometimes, go ahead and look down for me, that's a little bit overwhelming. open. Okay, and I don't know, we almost might not need to trim these. Go ahead and close. Okay, I'm going to trim these just a little bit. So these ones, the Kiss Pixie, which are similar to the wispies, not the Demi wispies, but the wispies, you usually have to trim those a little bit on people. Okay, and today we're going to use the Duo Glue. The Callus Glue from Amazon that I always link for you guys is like hands down my favorite. I'm just trying the Duo Glue again because so many people ask about it. But I like that the Callus has the applicator. The Duo is great. If you use the Duo, it's good. But you need to wait 30 seconds-ish before you put it on. Okay, favorite mascara. Struggling with my lashes. Lots of questions. No, that's good. Lashes, I feel like I get the most questions about lashes, whether fake or real. Favorite mascara. Okay, so that's kind of funny. I'm probably a bad person to ask favorite mascara because I just use the strip lashes all the time. But when I do not have the strip lashes and it's my own lashes, I love L'Oreal Voluminous. Have you guys tried that? It's a good one. It lengthens, it thickens, it holds the curl well. I do really like that one. Right now what I use, I have the extensions, so I just use mascara on only my bottoms, and I buy the Blink mascara from Sephora. I like that one because it's a tubing mascara. So tubing mascaras are fun because, go ahead and look down, see if this is start. Tubing mascaras create like a little tube around each lash so it doesn't smear, like there's no smearing and flaking, and my mascara tends to kind of migrate under my eyes, so I like that. But I always have really great recommendations in my comments from you guys, so if you guys have a really good recommendation for Kelly, drop it below. And Kelly, maybe drop in what you're looking for in a mascara, and I bet you will get a really good recommendation. These Kiss lashes, these Pixie, like I said, they're like longer on the outside corner, which is really pretty, but sometimes I don't love the look of it on different eye shapes, so I may trim them on Amber. I may like trim the outside ones. They're not as long, but we'll get them on and see what we think. So if you're new to lashes and you squeeze the glue, you don't have like a brush applicator, just make sure you don't get too much on. I think a lot of people will get like a big glob, and that's why they're like, my eyes are sticking together. Mm-hmm. Have you had that happen? Yep. You're nodding.
Yeah, I can't believe how little you use. No wonder.
Yeah. Are you using a lot? Mm-hmm. But they probably stay on well, right?
Yeah, they're crooked all day.
Oh no, because then you can't get, like that much, just like a row.
Okay.
A little bit. That's funny. She's like watching me put it on, like, huh.
Is that all I need?
Yeah, surprisingly not too much. But what a lot of people don't do is they won't get like the very outsides, and they'll like lift. Have you ever had that happen?
Yes.
It like flies away, like a little corner will lift.
Yes.
It's very sad. I need a good non-clumping, separating, lengthening mascara. Okay, not voluminous, Kelly. You won't like that one. It's like it's more of a volume. So probably nothing that says volume. So drop some suggestions for Kelly, guys. She wants separating, lengthening. So probably not like a volumizer. And then back to what Jen was saying about the eye shape. She said when she tried to put the light eyeshadow there, it made it worse. Yes, light will bring things forward. So if you want an area to recede, you want to put dark over it. Okay, someone just bought L'Oreal Voluminous because of your recommendations, and those of others haven't tried it yet, but I'm sure you'll love it. Yeah, for years and years and years, I always will go back to that. Like that's always in the rotation. I really love it. Most people really like it. Oh, someone said the Lash Paradise is great. And L'Oreal Voluminous Primer is great too. Yeah, primers are fun. Okay. Oh, and Jen said she made a mistake because she curled her lashes before she put them on. No, you can curl them before. I like to do that. I'll do both. Go ahead and look down. The only thing about curling them before is when lashes are really long like yours. Sometimes when you curl them so much, it makes it hard to put on the strip. So try it without curling before, but it's not a mistake to curl them before you can. Okay, Go ahead and look at me. Okay, look down. Do you feel stuck on the outer corner? No? Oh, you're not. Go ahead and look down. It just looked like you were. I don't want you to get stuck. Okay, we are going to use a medium coverage foundation on Amber today. I can't remember. Did you say you wear a foundation, right? Mm-hmm. What one do you use?
I switch it up because I haven't found one that I love yet. I've tried the age rewind ones. I've tried the like the sensitive skin, the hydrating, all of them, just to try and find something. I really like the tinted moisturizers.
Me too. What is Age Rewind? Maybelline? The Age Rewind foundation, is that the brand?
Oh, maybe.
Can't remember. I've heard that one's good. People say they like it, but you weren't a fan.
Well, I don't know if I was being unrealistic. I didn't feel younger.
Okay.
I didn't look younger.
You weren't rewound.
I wasn't rewound.
Okay,
If I get fast forwarded on accident.
It's because you already look like 20 years younger
Oh
than
my
you are.
gosh, thank you.
Yeah. Can I tell them you're a girl?
If you want to.
Amber messaged me. I like whispered. Do you like female ear? Like, can I tell them?
Can I tell?
So Amber was scheduled to come a couple weeks ago, but then she messaged me, and we had only interacted on Facebook, so I hadn't met her, and I only knew of whatever your profile picture was. But she messaged me, and she's like, "Oh, I have to watch my grandbaby. Can we reschedule?" And I'm like, "Yes, of course." But then I was like, "Is her profile picture 30 years ago? Why does she look like 28? She looks so young." And then today when she came, Kelly and I, my producer that runs live stream, we were asking her, we're like, "Wait, did you see grandma? Because you look so young. You look just like your profile picture." Very young. So the reason you didn't like your foundation, Amber, is because you're rewound already. You can't make you much younger. That's funny. I know though. All the things of marketing a foundation, it's not our fault. We expect so much. It's you promised me an airbrush finish. I look like real life, not an airbrush photo.
Well, and I really don't know much about makeup at all, so I don't know how to do lots of things, and I don't know how to get out of it what you're supposed to, because I try to look at the pictures or I try to copy it, and I'm really not great at it. It's not my gift, so I'm trying to learn, but
it's hard. And honestly, it's hard because people's pictures of their makeup online are for sure filtered and edited and stuff, or they have all the light, we have so many lights set up in here and stuff like that, or videos are edited or whatever. But and you know what is funny too, the foundation I'm using on you today, the first time I tried it, I did not like it, but it's because I was using my beauty blender to put it on, which I love. A beauty blender works with everything, but not with this foundation. I have to use a brush, so it takes, I don't know, foundations are the hardest thing to find the best.
Yeah.
And it's expensive to try a bunch, oh, I'll just buy 10 foundations, it's fine.
Well, so then I'll use it until it's gone, and then I'll try another one, and then I'll use it till it's gone.
Yeah. That's what I do too. I'll get a couple. Have you tried the It Cosmetics CC cream? It's a tinted moisturizer.
No.
That one's good. That one everyone loves.
Okay.
The only thing I look up for me, actually, and open, it's pretty full coverage. Well, it's a medium coverage, but for a tinted moisturizer, you get good coverage. It's a good one. It's good if you're a little bit dry too, because it is a tad bit shiny, dewy looking. I feel like you'd like it.
Mm-hmm.
Go to Sephora, have them give you some samples.
Okay. I've never been to Sephora.
Do you go to Ulta?
I've been there. When I'm looking for something that I can't find somewhere else, and then I like the one eyeshadow, so I went in there to go get that. Because it was first gifted to me, and then I had to go get more because I loved it. It's very intimidating in there for me because I don't
In Sephora?
know all of them.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what half of the products are, and I feel I don't know, it's just a lot.
Yeah. No, that's true.
It's intimidating, for sure.
Okay, let me think of drugstore then for you. So everyone's been posting, I think it's Maybelline. It comes in a pink bottle, and it has like the word milk in it. I think it's coconut milk, but also makeup. And it's supposed to be like a very natural finish, but like it sounds like it'd be good if you had drier skin. I haven't tried it yet. I really want to. So maybe that would be a good one. I really like that Target is like trying to be like a little Sephora. Like, have you noticed in like the Rancho Target, they like redid their whole makeup, and it's like
it's a big section.
Yeah. So if you're intimidated by like Sephora or whatever, and you like drugstore products, like, it has like a nice feel. Like they're spread out nice, and I don't know.
I think it's just, you know, as you learn, you feel more comfortable. You know, like before I went to culinary school, I would not go into like Williams-Sonoma very often, or you know, just because I didn't even know how to use a lot of the products, and now you know, I can't leave. So.
Oh, I love Williams-Sonoma. Yeah, that's cool. It's so true though. Honestly, even if I go into a new Sephora where I don't know the layout, like I'm overwhelmed too. I'm like, what the heck? It's fun. I call it like makeup Disneyland. Like, it's just so much going on, but yeah, it's overwhelming.
I have a friend that loves it in there, and it's hard to get her out of there, and I'm just walking around like, I don't know what any of this stuff is for.
I feel like I have to pre-shop online. Like if I'm going into Ulta to like buy something, like I like to see the reviews. I like to like, I don't know, I just like the organization of online, and then I'll go in the store to like feel the product, but I don't know. It's funny, everything's online now, like even makeup where it's like you physically need to see it, like I'll just watch videos on it of people swatching things, like just an online buyer. Okay, I'm really not going to set Amber much. I'm putting a little bit of the RC May translucent powder on my Morphe brush, my angled brush that I really like for under the eyes. I'm going to set her under eyes slightly, and then just like around her nose and right between her brows, around her mouth. But because she's a little bit drier, and you're really not like super dry. I keep referring to her as dry skin, but it's like, it's pretty balanced. You just don't get like oily, right?
Right.
Like you tend to pull more dry, but she's not, I wouldn't say it's like a problematic dry skin. It's like balanced skin that probably tends to feel more dry. So I'm really not going to set her face much, but we are going to bronze her up a little bit. So I'm going to use the Hoola bronzer on her today, and because I did not set her makeup all over with powder, you do want to go in with a light hand, because when you first apply powder over foundation, it's really going to grab onto it. That's why usually people do a translucent powder first, but I just don't want that extra layer of powder on Amber, so I'm just going to go right in with my bronzer, which is okay. Just be mindful that it can be patchy, so go in with a light hand and then layer. And I'm more doing this just to add a little bit of a contour to her face, because this is like a medium to full coverage foundation. Sometimes people just look a little bit too matte, a little bit too washed out. Like this is her color, but sometimes like if you notice you put on a foundation and it matches you, but you feel washed out still, you need blush and you need a little bit of bronzer. Because natural skin has more tonal variations, which is good. It's funny, we try to cover it up, but it's actually good, like if people are naturally flushed. And I did set under her eyes, and I did add the bronzer, but I'm still going to try a cream blush. Usually I do my cream blushes over a cream contour, and I may wait to set the under eye just because the cream blush may kind of run into those areas. You want to do cream over cream. You don't want to do it over powder, but again, I haven't powdered her cheeks yet. There's just a little bit of powder over here and a little bit of powder over here. So we're still going to play with the cream blush and see what we think. If it goes wrong, we'll fix it. I'll show you how to fix it. But this color, this is a NARS blush. It's their pink shade with golden undertones. So I think this is going to be really pretty on Amber. I did all the bronzy warm tones on her eyes. And then I bronzed her, so we were keeping in line with those tones. And we could continue to do that and do like a very nude lip on her and like just a bronzy cheek. We did that with my model Cindy last week on Thursday, and it was very, very pretty. But I think that Amber will really like these rosy tones, so we're gonna play with those. Okay, so this is actually like a liquid blush, and it's very, very pigmented. So I'm just gonna put it on with my finger. Just very lightly and blend it out. And this is where I felt like when I was filling your face before I exfoliated you, this is the only area you really felt dry.
Okay.
Do you tend to get dry there?
Mm-hmm.
It's blending pretty well. Okay, while I do it, your other side, we'll check for questions. Just ordered e.l.f.'s newer foundation serum to try. Get hot fast, so need to try a lighter foundation. Has anyone used it? Yeah, has anyone used the e.l.f.'s new foundation? I've been hearing a lot. I haven't used too many of e.l.f.'s products. I've used some of their brushes. But people, I don't know if they just came out with a new foundation. I think they did. I think that's what you're saying. But I've heard good things about it. Heard good things about their foundation. Okay, go ahead and look forward. So I like the blush above the apples, more on the high cheekbone, but I like to bring it in on the higher points of the apples. I like when you're looking forward to have some color in your cheeks. I think it's very pretty. We will let's do like a rosy lip on you today. I think we'll finish your eyes and then we'll go to lip. So I'm gonna curl your lashes today. Does that pinch at all?
No.
Okay. Does that pinch?
No.
Okay. Give it a little more curl. On this side. Pinch it all?
No.
Okay. One more over here.
Mm-hmm.
Does that pinch?
No.
Do you curl your lashes?
Sometimes.
I love the way they look. These lashes in particular, like the Kiss Pixie that we used on Amber, or the Ardell Wispies, not Demi Wispies, but this can apply to them. I just feel like with their shape, they don't do a lot for the eye. They don't do much with like bringing jama, opening up, because they are more natural unless you curl them. Just because most people's lashes kind of grow straight instead of up. Go ahead and look down. So I feel like the curling is the magic. I should have showed you guys more before I mean, you were looking at them, but before I curl them, there's a big difference with what it does for the eye. Just that really opening, pretty look. And I love mascara. I almost always do mascara on the lash strips, extensions, whatever you want to call them, unless they're like the really nice, like high-end mink ones. Go ahead and look up for me. And the client wants to like rewear them a bunch of times, then maybe I wouldn't do mascara. But you still can. But my preference is to do mascara. I feel like it blends them and makes them look more natural. Alright, looking pretty. Alright, while that mascara dries, I'm going to do her lips, and then I'm going to come back and do a little bit more finishing touches under her eyes. Actually, first, before lips, I'm going to do a little bit of highlighter. Let's do a little bit of this Glow palette. This is the Anastasia Glow Kit, and this is the color Moonstone. Do you do highlighters ever?
Mm-mm.
They'd be fun on stage, like when you're singing and stuff, because they're very light reflective. When you're singing, are you on stage a lot? You said you do like recordings and stuff too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which do you do more of? like performance type things, or
no behind the scenes.
oh, okay, behind the scenes stuff. We can still be glam for that if you want, but yeah, it's different than than stage stuff. That's fun.
But I'd like to learn how to do it more for stage too, so that when I am, like, I'm doing a musical right now, so when I'm going to be on stage, I need to have a little bit more than I normally would.
Yeah, that's fun. You said before we started, but what musical are you doing?
Matilda.
Matilda. That's a fun one.
Yeah.
That's cool. This lip liner is called Natural. So I'm just outlining her lips. This is called Natural. It's just a warm neutral. She has a great natural lip shape, so I'm just following that, not doing anything extra. Lip liners aren't completely necessary. I really like the undertones of a lip liner. I like to pair it with the lipsticks. I've been using them a lot lately. They're good if your lips tend to feather. They're good if you want your lipstick to last a really long time. If you're going for a long wear, I would for sure say do a lip liner, but they're definitely not necessary. Okay, so that is kind of a warm color, which is very pretty, but then I think we're going to go in with more of like a rosy, I'm not sure actually, I'm debating. Let's mix Cosmo and Spirit. I'm going to check the questions. If you guys have more questions, go, oh, my phone's dead. Kelly, if we have more questions, you can bring me your phone. We started with 10%, and I'm like, I think my phone will make it. No, it didn't make it. I don't know why I forget to charge my phone at night. Sometimes I do, but I'm bad at it.
That's a pretty color.
Yeah, it's pretty, huh? This is I always mix. They're both matte colors. Cosmo's like a very rosy pink. Cosmo would probably perfectly match the blush color I did on you, but I wanted it a little bit more brown, so I mixed it with Spirit. I'm just putting this on really quick with a brush, but it's for personal use. You guys can obviously use the tube. This is a pretty color, and I'm excited for you to see. You're doing so good. Okay, I'm just going to clean up the edges. I put that on really fast, so I'm just going to clean up the edges with her foundation shade and a little angled brush. I'll show you guys what I like to do. And I almost always do this like just for a finishing technique to make the lips look really nice and pronounced, but it's really good for cleaning things up too. So this is a shader brush. It's called a flat definer brush. So it is flat. It's like an angled brow brush, except for it's not angled. It's just completely straight across. And I love this shape of brush. I love it to outline the brows, and then I love it to outline the lips. And it's also pretty good for liner too. Sometimes I'll use it with liner instead of like an angled brush. It's really good for like tight lining too, what I did on Amber. I didn't use it today, but you can, and I like it. And I like to put all my products on a little palette, but sometimes I will put them on my hand either just to take off some of the excess product or to warm it up a little bit so that it spreads or it's easier to work with. So the only thing when you're like lining the lips like this, every time you do a stroke, you do want to wipe it off onto your hand or something because it's going to be mixed in with her lipstick color and I don't want to spread that around. That's like the exact opposite of what we're trying to do. I want to get pink on her face. This technique is really good for like a red lip or something. So I think I like the way Amber's eyes are looking. I'm going to add a little bit of like smokiness under her eyes. There's a little bit there that's just was fallout from her original eyeshadow on top, or not the original eyeshadow, the eyeshadow I put on. And when I cleaned up under her eyes, I left it there because I liked where it was. So I'm just basically going to go in and make sure that's even. Okay, and we do have some questions. Thank you. Okay. All right. Has a client ever requested a makeup look that you don't feel would suit her or ask for color palettes that is wrong for her? What do you do if that happens? Here's your phone back. Thank you. So, yes, have they ever asked for a makeup look that wouldn't suit them? Yeah, people have. Like, it's more... Sometimes people have asked for maybe an extreme cat eye and they don't fully have the eye shape for it. I'm trying to think. Because not as much as you would think. I haven't had too much of this happen. But sometimes I'll just explain like how we can still do that, but in ways that would suit them. Colors. It's funny, I feel like actually not too much have people asked for something really extreme. I feel like my friends that are makeup artists have a lot. Like people will bring them just really extreme kind of edited pictures from Instagram or something. But I haven't had that really happen too much. I feel like there was something with colors. They wanted like blue eyeshadow everywhere or something, but so it depends. It depends on what they want it for. Because if a client comes to me and they want something just, even if I don't think it looks good, but they want it, like they're the client, so I'll try to just talk to them and kind of see like why they want it. Like maybe this blue eyeshadow client was wearing a blue dress and she wanted to, like, I'll either kind of talk to them and we'll get it to look really awesome, like do it in a way that will still be what they want but complement them really well. I don't know. I hope that answers your question. I guess short answer is not too much have I had people ask for like something that wouldn't complement them. Usually they don't know. They're like, what do you think? Like they'll have a couple of pictures from Pinterest but they're not sure. You know, it does happen a lot, I feel like, is people will bring, like brides would bring me pictures from Pinterest and they'd be like, I want to look so natural, but then they would bring me a picture of like Kim Kardashian or something where it like maybe is natural, but it's a whole lot of makeup to get that. Like maybe it's cream contouring, many layers of powder, and then the photo's just taken in really bright light so it kind of looks natural. So maybe that's the only time where it's like they kind of come to me with something and I just have to like explain like I don't know what makeup what their opinion of natural is or something like that. These lives though that we do are really fun because like most of the time I don't even ask that, like they know they're coming for my channel, and so I just kind of do whatever I want, so that's fun. For me, I like that. But I did ask Amber kind of on camera. I gave you a couple options. Go ahead and close. My stomach keeps growling. I'm sorry. It's like popping, making weird noises. It's all we had my daughter's birthday party this weekend, so we ate cake like every day. Like for breakfast yesterday, I ate like more cake. So my stomach today is like, okay, do you want to give us more normal food? Thank you. Pretty. Okay, I think I'm going to touch up the lips just a little bit more, and then I will show you. So if you guys have any more questions, there's like a little bit of lag between when you drop a question and when we get it. So drop them now. And Kelly will bring me her phone and I will read them. And tomorrow I will charge my phone. I always want to ask people questions when I'm doing their lips. I'm like, it's so quiet, but Amber can't talk to me. I can't ask her questions. All right, Amber, you ready to see your makeup? Okay.
Yes.
Before I show Amber, let's flash her before video so you guys can see pre-brows and pre-everything, and I will get the mirror for Amber. All right, here you go.
Oh my gosh. Is that
so
me?
Pretty. I know you, babe.
Oh my gosh.
You look so pretty, Amber.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Wow.
Gorgeous. Those colors are like so good on you. They're so pretty.
Now I have to go somewhere.
I know, you have to look at yourself fancy. Thank you for being my model.
Oh, thank you so
It was
much.
nice to meet you.
It was so
Nice
nice
to
to
meet
meet
you
you too. Oh my goodness.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and thanks to Amber for being the beautiful model of the day. So I will be live streaming again tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific, so make sure you join us in the chat and you can watch it live. Thank you guys. Bye.
Bye.